Okay, let's jump right into today's explainer. We are unpacking the wild, dramatic transformation of an AI model that literally sparked a massive security panic to what is now known as Claude Fable 5. We're talking about a piece of technology that was deemed so dangerously powerful it had to be locked away from the public. But now, it's sitting right at your fingertips. And this isn't just your standard run-of-the-mill tech update. According to industry insiders, it's one of the biggest leaps in reasoning, coding, and cybersecurity we've seen in years.
To really understand this, you have to hear this backstory. It's totally insane. Just 2 months ago, Anthropic previewed an AI called Claude Mythos. It was so incredibly good at finding zero-day security holes, like vulnerabilities that even the human developers didn't know existed yet, that the US government actually got nervous. The immediate fallout? Absolute panic. Billions of dollars were wiped from cybersecurity stocks in just a matter of weeks. So Anthropic completely pulled the plug. They locked it down to a tiny group of researchers to sanitize it and make it safe. Fast forward to this week, and they finally released that same foundational power, now totally safe for public use, under the name Fable 5.
Section 1. Head-to-head AI Showdown. So, to see if Fable 5 actually lives up to all this massive hype, we are throwing it right into the ring with the heavyweights. We've got Fable 5 going up against GPT 5.5, Gemini 3.1 Pro, and its older sibling, Claude Opus 4.8. We gave all 4 of these models the exact same 3 increasingly difficult challenges to see who actually comes out on top. Let's see what happens.
Challenge number 1 was building a personal AI learning roadmap as a single no-code web app. We told the AI, hey, the user has a non-technical background, they've got 30 minutes a day, and a 90-day goal to build with AI. The gap in quality here is just staggering. Fable 5 delivered this fully interactive 12-week plan. It was smartly ordered, had a skill tree, a progress tracker, the whole shebang. And it didn't just invent fake courses, it actually linked out to real lectures from top-tier educators like Andre Karpathy. The competitors? Well, Opus gave a super basic title screen. Gemini gave a working but visually dark and kind of generic site. And GPT was clean but still really basic. Fable 5 immediately showed us a massive gap in polish and detail. Now, building a structured roadmap is one thing, right? But let's push it a lot harder. The real question is, can AI build a complex, completely playable video game in one single prompt? We're talking no game engines, no coding experience. We asked for a complete 2D action game called Jungle Strike. We wanted a commando soldier, power-ups, 3 lives, a score counter, and sound effects. The results for this one are fascinating. Gemini 3.1 Pro unfortunately just dropped the ball. It gave us a background and a menu, but literally no soldier, no enemies, no game. GPT 5.5, on the other hand, did a solid job. It was totally playable, moving soldier damage indicators. The older Claude Opus 4.8 actually surprised us by being incredibly fluid and even threw in a cool spread shot power-up. But Fable 5? Absolutely perfect execution. With the computing power turned up, it delivered a flawless, super enjoyable game with running, jumping, platforming, and a rapid-fire power-up. And remember, all of this was generated from just 3 sentences of plain English. Mind-blowing.
For the final test, we stepped away from the blank page. We gave the models a screenshot of the Neo Home Robot website and said, act as an elite UI consultant, critique this page's visual hierarchy, and then rebuild it. The contrast is night and day. Fable 5 actually paused to critique the cognitive load and accessibility first. Then it built this stunning, interactive page where colors dynamically shift when you select them, and it culminated in a beautiful checkout overlay designed specifically to get the user to buy the robot. The other models completely missed the mark on intention. Opus built an internal dashboard, Gemini gave us plain gray boxes, and GPT was just way too text-heavy. Fable 5 strategically rebuilt the page to actually sell the product, which is a real game changer.
Section 2. Real-world community builds. Okay, so it's clear Fable 5 dominates in our controlled tests, but what happens when millions of regular people get their hands on this tech? Well, the community is building things right now that would normally require entire teams of highly paid specialists. Get this, someone used a single prompt to generate an 8,000-line codebase that perfectly recreated a Pokemon game with all the 151 original characters. Another user had it build a working, moving 3D model of a V8 car engine, stuff that usually requires super expensive engineering software. We've seen it compose an original melody while simultaneously coding a piano visualizer to play it out loud. And incredibly, someone even made Fable 5 play a video game from start to finish simply by feeding it screenshots. It can literally look, infer, understand, and act entirely on its own. But if you want to understand the true enterprise scale of what's happening here, consider this massive number: 50 million. To put that into perspective, Stripe, the company that handles payments for practically half the internet, handed Fable 5 a codebase consisting of 50 million lines of code. Their own human engineers estimated that just processing this would take a few months. Fable 5, it finished the entire job in a single day. So the absolute crucial takeaway here is this: major tech companies are proving right now that the cost and time required to build software is about to drop off a cliff. This is going to fundamentally change the entire internet. Section 3, the ultimate prompting secret. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, I have no idea how to talk to an AI to get results like that. Well, you don't need to be an expert. Here is the exact step-by-step workflow. Step 1, go grab Anthropic's official highly detailed prompting guide. Step 2, feed that guide into a cheaper model, like Claude Opus 4.8 or Sonnet. You do this so you don't burn through your expensive Fable 5 computing tokens on a basic setup task. Step 3, have that cheaper model save the guide's rules as a reusable skill in your account. Step 4, whenever you need to build something complex, just ask your new skill to write the perfect Fable 5 prompt for you. You never actually have to write complex prompts yourself, ever again. The AI literally uses its own manual to write them for you. It's brilliant. And hey, a quick bonus productivity tip from the source material for you. The creators behind these tests, they don't even type their prompts. They use a dictation tool called WhisperFlow. It's a simple one-hotkey operation that captures perfect voice-to-text. But what's really amazing is its custom dictionary. You can teach it complex technical words or specific names just once, and it never butchers them again. It makes communicating with these complex AI models incredibly fast and seamless. Highly recommend checking it out. Section 4, pricing and future-proofing. All right, let's talk money, because when we look at the raw costs, Fable 5 definitely commands a premium. GPT 5.5 runs about $5 per million input tokens and 30 for output. Fable 5? It's double the input cost at $10 and $50 for the output. Now, Fable 5 beats the competition by a massive 20% margin in agentic coding, meaning the AI can autonomously write and execute code like a human would. But that high-level reasoning and execution absolutely comes with a steeper price tag. However, there is a very important window of opportunity happening right now. If you are on Anthropic's Pro, Max, or Team plans, Fable 5 is included completely free. But, and this is a big but, only until June 22nd. After that date, using it will start pulling heavily from your usage credits. It'll actually count as double usage. Anthropic says they want it to be standard eventually, but for now, this week is literally the cheapest it will ever be to test out this absolute powerhouse of a model. So we'll leave you with this final takeaway. People will spend hours on Twitter debating whether Fable 5, GPT, or Gemini won today's test. But let's be real. 6 months from now, there's going to be an even faster, smarter model. The real skill is not mastering a single model. It's developing the habit of opening the newest tool the week it launches and asking, what can this do that I couldn't do yesterday? Adaptability is your true superpower. So as these AI models get closer and closer to replacing entire engineering teams, what outdated skill are you holding on to? And what will you learn to build tomorrow?